Hello, this is Johnny Ramone talking about my Pioneer RT-2044 deck. Thought I'd make a little quick video of it to show you the progress I made on it. Clean up this faceplate a little bit. I was trying to take the whole thing off here, but unfortunately it seems to be double-sided tape or glued in through the middle here. You can't really reach anything. If I use a heat gun, I'm liable to melt this plastic around the tape counter. And I need to get this plate off because there's a screw here for the tape rollers. You can see it's loose. And I forgot to take my Dremel tool from work. I was just going to cut this piece out to get to this screw, since I can't get the plate off anyways. And it'll be covered by the head cover, so it won't be visible. But I'll show you some of the other progress I made on this. This knob was incredibly difficult to get off. I had to actually take about a 1 foot long pry bar. There was a metal lip around here. Pry it off that way. I could not pull this thing off. I actually bent this thing backwards a little bit trying to get it off by hand. It was on there pretty much permanently. And this was pretty much sludged up with old grease. It barely turned, and when it did, this turned. It looks like a screw on the outside, but it's a post that goes the whole way through this. And it has a screw in the back. I ended up taking the whole thing off and prying this off with a pair of pliers, because using a soldering iron just didn't have much effect. I got it hot enough that I was slightly uncomfortable about touching it. But the combination of the two of them, I still put some more heat to it and managed to get it off. Had to file these down a little bit so this pulse would go right back on there again, but you can see it works nice and smooth now. You pull it down there, it locks into place. I don't know if I can't do it with one hand very easy, but I'm happy with that. And I serviced this yesterday. It's nice. There's a little ball bearing. The actually tape guide is a bearing, not a ball bearing, but sort of like just a small bearing. The whole thing rolls. It's pretty sweet. This thing was pretty gummed up. I wasn't sure. It seemed to be moving in a way that was like damp, but I had a feeling it was just from being sludged up, because all the linkages were pretty sludged up, but that's working pretty good. But this is something I'll have to take care of in the future. This is the right tensioner, the on and off switch. And I dribbled some sewing machine oil in it, but there's two pieces. The outside piece seemed to work pretty good, but there's an inside piece that needs to work a little quicker, so I'm going to have to probably take this clip off and get some oil in there and fiddle around with it. I think that's all it's going to take to free it up. This is where the capstan gets oiled. There's two holes in the cap that goes over that, which is kind of nice. There's felt in there, if you can see. And yeah, you can't see it very easily. Can't see them now. There's some oil holes in here, and I'm pretty sure there's felt behind it, so I'm either going to get a syringe type oiler or measure these and pull them off to get a nice straight shot at it. But just got the belt for it, so probably what I'm going to do is take the capstan out, clean it off, put the new belts on, then tomorrow I'll go to work and grab the Dremel so I can get this taken care of. Oh, and one more thing. You got your little panels here. These are pretty neat. Fix is for if you're using, say, Scotch 206. This machine is set up for Scotch 206. So that's the default setting. If you're going to use a different tape, you can either set high or low bias and then vary it by this knob here, which is pretty sweet. Hi-Fi Engine had a free manual. I think they had around 40 tapes where they told you the settings for these, which is pretty cool. Playback settings, IEC, etc. Test tones, 1 kHz and 10 kHz. And I just pulled this panel off here. It's got even more settings there. Not that I'm going to touch these, but it's kind of nice to know that they're there, because I may just have this deck sent out at some point and have it recapped and finished off. I'm going to do the basic servicing of it, so I think it'll be pretty usable once I get it a good tune-up. But to get the most out of it, I think I'm going to go ahead and invest some more money into it. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.